Hi, this is Killigan with Dark Forge Graphics, and this is the next step here. What we want to do is create a function for the FS upload file, is what we're going to call it. It's going to be a switch op for the uploading of the file, and then we're going to create or add to the main index function, where basically what's going to happen is we're going to have it create a folder based on a number we decide on, and we're going to add, say, the user ID to that. So each user will have their own folder where they're uploading files to. The first thing we'll do here is we'll drop down and we'll create a case for the switch, and what we will call this is FS upload file, and then we will call it, we need to go ahead and type it out the same way we did before, which is upload file and then the break. Right here underneath the closing curly bracket for the FS main index function, we're going to create another function. This is going to be the function FS upload file, and in here what we want to do is just, for now, we're just going to put the globals in. That's all we need for right at the moment, and these are global throughout the site. So what we are going to do is just type in $, and then admin file, $db, which is for the database, and then a comma, and then prefix, and then module name, and then user info, and then we need HTTP post files and HTTP post vars, and that's all we need right now for this section. What these globals are is it's just global calls through the site. The module name, for example, which is why we've defined it here, what the module name is. It's the same thing, we're just globalizing it and using globals from the site, such as the prefix, which is the beginning of the SQL database. And so we've done that part. Next we need to go up here, and right underneath the opening bracket for the main index function, we are going to define the what we're going to use to call the user file, and the number we're going to use. To do that, we're just going to type define and then underscore user file number, and then we'll put a comma here, and then we'll use another single quote, and we'll just type in 10,000. Now that is going to define what that user file number is. Now we also need another global here, which in this case we don't need as much in it. We will need the admin file. We will need something different, which is the directory mode. We will need the user info, and we will need the module name. So now we need to grab define what we're going to use for the user file number, and to add a number to it. If you're for example, if I go to my account here, on my profile, you'll see that I'm viewing profile and the user is 2. So this is where you find your user ID number for any user. And this is just how you get that user ID. So what we want to do is we're going to create, and you can use different names, but I would follow along. But it's folder num equals, and it's going to be equal to the user file number plus, that's the plus sign, and then we're going to use one of those globals, which is the user info. Except we're going to also add the user ID. So by doing this, what will happen is our folder number will be equal to the user file number, which is this, plus the user ID, which in my case will be the 2. So let's go in here. What we want to do next is, for each user we need to create a directory. So to do that, we will use, I'm going to use a @ symbol, which basically just cancels out errors, which shouldn't have any, but in the case, what we'll do is we'll use mkdir, which is make directory, and where we want to make that directory at. We're going to make it in the modules folder, and then we're going to use the module name, and then the folder we created for our uploads, which is uploads, and then we're going to use that folder num, which is what we get right here. So we have the folder num, and then we need to use the directory mode. Now that will create a folder. When your user goes to the main index, because we've done this in the main index, so as soon as a user first goes here, it will create a folder in the modules module name, whatever you name your module. In my case, it'll be the file underscore storage, and then in the uploads folder, the folder number will be 10,000 plus the user ID. So I hope that makes sense. Now, as you noticed, when we first set up our files, we have a blank index, which this blank index here is just, this is all it says, is just access denied. We do want that in every folder we create for a user. We don't want to have to do it ourselves manually, so what we will do is we will copy, and again we'll use the @ symbol, and we'll just type copy. We'll copy it from a common directory, which is the images folder, and we're going to copy the index.html file, and we're going to copy it to the modules, and again we'll use module name, and we're going to copy it into the uploads folder, and we're going to use the folder num again, and what we're going to put there is the index.html. So this is gonna go to your roots images folder. It's going to grab the index.html file, and it is going to put it in the modules, your module name, uploads, folder number, which would be 10,000 plus your user ID, and it's going to place the index.html file there. So we can go ahead and save this, and then we will go back here, and first, as you can see, our uploads folder is blank, and what we'll do is we'll just go to our file storage module, and then we'll go back, and as you can see we have a folder that is numbered 10,002, and inside that folder is a blank index.html file. So that is that step. It's just creating a directory, defining the number that we're going to use, and using the globals to make it simple, and the copying the blank index into the folder we create, and it will do that for every user that goes to your file storage module. And that is it for now. We will move on to the next step in the next video. Thank you.